Welcome back, everyone. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, here with Everything RVs podcast. And today I'm excited to be bringing you a product that I was referred to. I was extremely happy to hear what this customer of mine had to say. And again, you know, my job for bringing this podcast to you, those of you that are out there camping, those of you that maybe want to camp, my job is to help you make memories that are going to last a lifetime. Now, today's podcast is sponsored by, and I'm so excited about this, Xtreme Heaters. Now, these are for RVs as well as for boats. And we're going to be talking to the owner and have it explain to you how this can extend your camping season. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring on to you. This is Steve, and Steve, if I can have you go ahead and introduce yourself, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I'm Steve Pescatelli, owner, I want to say inventor of Xtreme Heaters. And been doing this 20 years now. And I love design, developing products for anybody outdoors because I'm an outdoors guy myself.
Awesome. So now you originally had this product for the boating.
Yeah, exactly.
Product,
so
right?
I can tell you how the product came about pretty much. Like we got our first big boat, which to me was big, was a 30-foot cruiser. And some of my favorite times out there with my family, and I had a young son at the time, he was 4 and 5 years old. We're going out there when he was on break from school. And a lot of that was Thanksgiving. We took the Thanksgiving leftovers. We went to the lake. We took Christmas, extra time on Christmas. We went out to the lake. And I had to winterize and de-winterize my boat 3 or 4 times that year. So I decided to develop a product that would, help me out. So I looked on the market. There was nothing out there to be found. And I was working in an electronic design firm at the time. So I spent my time started to develop this Xtreme heater for my own purpose. And then word spread on the dock, and I started basically peddling them around all the boat shows. And the next thing I know, West Marine's knocking on my door. So the rest is history, as they say.
There you go. So now now when did you start morphing into the RV industry?
I'm going to say we really started paying serious attention to the RV industry probably about 3 or 4 years ago with the advent of COVID. I think there's a big influx into the RV market as well as the boating market also. But as those people got their first RVs and they were figuring out, how do I winterize an RV? What do I do? We've kind of got drugged right into the RV market. So this was a consumer-driven demand for us. It wasn't something we really actively pursued. We just started getting more and more people calling and saying, hey, can I use this for this or this or this? And we were like, of course. And the next thing I know, it's about 50% of our business in 3 years.
Oh, no kidding. So the RV business is 3% now? I mean, 50%?
50%. Like it went from a market we didn't pay attention to almost every other customer now is buying one for their RV. And
wow.
I'm not a big RV guy. I'm getting there. My son has a nice little, an RV. And so I learned from him, and I love to camp. I always camped in a tent. That was camping to me. So I'm going to the next level now. We designed this for boats for the same exact reason. It was basically freeze protection. And the reason it came about is I didn't, when you winterize a boat, they run on lake water instead of antifreeze. So you got to drain the lake water out of the block. So basically your boat's sitting there worthless to you, and you're paying dock slips or you're paying boat payments, and you can't use your boat. And here in Georgia, we always have these awesome days pop up in the middle of nowhere. And the first time the sun comes out and you've been inside in the cold, you want to get outside and do something. And if your boat, winterized, what do? You can't go use your boat. And I guess these guys are finding the same thing in RV. You can't go use it. So now you can use an Xtreme heater in that place and still use your equipment if you want to.
Now, explain how. So where are they putting these heaters that you have for the RV?
The first venture that we got with some of these were the guys doing van conversions.
Okay.
And they were going out in these van conversions, and that was kind of, I think, the catalyst for the lithium batteries. and they were putting lithium batteries to save space and weight because the van conversion is really tight, and the lithium battery will not take a charge if it's frozen. And then they also, a lot of the van conversions are now running just like a little 10-gallon water tank, so they have water and stuff. So they started putting it in vans, and then RVs started coming across, and the same thing. They're putting them in there to keep their water tanks from freezing, their water pumps from freezing, and then more and more we're getting into lithium batteries in the RVs, and the same thing. A lithium battery will not take a charge if it's cold. So guys are putting in their lithium battery banks, and then what we've seen absolutely explode this season, and you can tell me more about this than I know, is skirting under an RV. So I guess these people that live in them or are going to use them all year round, they put the skirt around the bottom of the RV to keep the snow and the cold out. And of course, a lot of these RVs have exposed pipes. Some of them are enclosed, but so we're putting heaters underneath the skirting and keeping the entire bottom of the RV warm and keep it from freezing.
But see, that is how I found out about you. I had a customer of mine. They had an Imagine, just a little 26 footer, that he was up in upstate New York last October. The reason why he was getting a new RV this year was because he lost it in the Hurricane Helene. So he ended up buying a new one, same thing. But he was telling me how he was up in New York, and it was like it was getting down in the like 5 degrees and stuff. And he had bought one of these, and the day he got it, he was installing it, and it was cold out. But he was telling me, I forget the amount of propane it was taking him to heat his coach. He said he was keeping it about 55 degrees in there with the heater running, but he was more concerned about the outside. So we went and bought that, bubble. I call it bubble wrap, the stuff you kind of put in the windshield of your vehicle, insulation thing. And he bought some cinder blocks, and he put that, lined that around his camper, taped it on him. But he put one of these heaters that you have. He put one of these underneath his camper. Now he told me that, and it worked fine. Then he was using half the propane that he was using before, heating it the same way he was heating before, and he was keeping it 65 degrees in his camper. I am excited to have Xtreme Heaters as a sponsor for my podcast. Here is why I have partnered with them. At Xtreme Heaters, they are dedicated to being your go-to experts in freeze protection products. When harsh winter hits, they've got your back with dependable solutions that give you true peace of mind. But they don't stop there. They're always working to enhance and broaden their product lineup to better serve your evolving needs, whether it be in current markets or new ones. They believe in exceeding your expectations and building trust that lasts for the long haul. Your comfort and confidence in choosing them means everything. That's why their products come with a rock-solid warranty, because they stand behind quality and durability. Then, when you need assistance, their friendly customer service support team is there for you every step of the way. Ensuring complete satisfaction is the goal, and they won't stop until it's achieved. Xtreme Heaters is built to be the best. Now, to take advantage of this extraordinary discount, act now using the link and discount code below. Then be sure to tell your story and give Xtreme Heaters your 5-star review. Let's keep making memories that last a lifetime.
Wow.
So he did a phenomenal job. And like I say, I get customers asking me, Paul, is this a 4-season camper? And I said, well, where are the 4 seasons that you're camping? Right. Because if you're in Florida, yeah, it's 4 seasons. Georgia, yeah, you could be. But, you start getting north, and west and so forth, it may not be. So that's why I reached out to you all. And I'm so glad that you took the time to kind of explain it. So explain to us, because these are 110, correct, but you also have a quick release bracket. Now, so can you tell us, and there's different sizes of heaters?
Yeah.
Is that right?
So basically we have 3 sizes, what we call small, medium, and large. It's 400 watt, 600 watt, 800 watt. And basically the 600 watt and 800 watt are in the exact same package size, just the wattage difference. And the 400 watt heater is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches shorter.
Okay.
So I got one real small package. And I tell people, like, because we're putting this in boats regularly, like, and you're putting them in compartments in RV, it's tight. So people like, you know, exactly how big is it? And I'm pretty much like, if you put your hand on the floor, you can put the heater there. That kind of gives you an idea of what size it is. And it's about, 6 inches tall. So I don't think anybody has a problem finding anywhere to put one. Even a lot of tight engine compartments and stuff where we go, there's always a way to do it. And the way we design the heater, it can be mounted in any orientation. So if you got to mount it upside down or sideways on the wall or vertical on the wall, it's still going to function completely perfect.
And so for some of these people, if they're staying stationary, they don't even need to secure it. Then they just put it in a compartment as long as there's nothing around it.
Exactly.
So
the thing we need most, and I want the consumer to understand, is we kind of need airflow to do our job. So where we're using the exhaust, I want the most airflow I can get, because I want to be able to get the heater out and get it to circulate. Circulation is the key. It's the same thing like if you have it in your house and you were to cover up your air vents, you wouldn't get the air flowing through your house. So we need that. As far as the inlet side, you can put it up tight stuff as long as we can pull air. So if you have 1 inch or 2, there's plenty of air for us to pull. But what I want is the heat to be able to escape and circulate. So we put a really strong fan in here. We actually have this fan special built just for our heaters. It's 58 CFM. And the way we look at that is we kind of look at the average space where we're heating, and we want to circulate that about 5 to 6 times an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we have basically a special built fan just because we have a lot of high back pressure. So as well as I know, if you take a normal fan, you put something in front of it, you cut the airflow. Well, we put a heating element dead in front of the fan, and the fan has to go across that. You can see through there. So what we did, put a lot of back pressure inside that fan.
Okay.
So the fact that it's blowing past that heating element don't really slow the airflow down.
Certainly. So now something else that you shipped in the package. Tell us what this is here.
Yeah, that's freeze spray we use. So the best way when you install this heater is basically I want to simulate cold environment and make sure it's coming on. So, about 1.5 seconds of squirt on the thermostat, and I can show you the thermostat. The thermostat's down here on the end, about the size of a quarter or so. If you just spray that thermostat, it's just tricking the heater into thinking that it's cold. So it'll turn the heater on, it'll let it cycle. So once you install it, it's working. And we recommend you test it every time you put it in or out, just to make sure.
So is this thermostatically controlled then? So it's going to run when it's cold and shut off?
We have it preset at basically a freeze temperature, right? So it turns on at 40 degrees and it turns off at 55. So there's a 15-degree swing there, but most thermostats have like a 7-degree tolerance on them. So we kind of shoot a little high, but we pay double the money for our thermostats as a normal guy would do. And we tighten that tolerance down to 3 degrees, that's as tight as you can get. There's no such thing as a 1-degree thermostat. That's just too tight of a tolerance. So 3 degrees is as tight as you can. So we pay extra money because they have to scrap more thermostats that way. So we pay extra money to get ours tightened up.
And so could they conceivably take this heater and actually use this to heat inside their camper instead of using propane as well?
You can, but I'm going to say this again. It's more for freeze protection.
Okay.
So we're going to keep that environment somewhere between 40 and 45 degrees, which is not warm to the human, right? It's still cold.
Okay.
But it will keep it from freezing.
Perfect. My thought would be,
if you want to heat the inside of the camper, and I don't know if we sent you one of these or not, right? We have cabin heater. So this cabin heater now, we just brought this out about 3 years ago.
Okay.
We just came out with this color, which is silver. We have black and we have white. And this is 750 watts to 1500 watts. And this is more to keep the cabin warm. And it does have a freeze protection setting on it also. So we can keep it at 40 degrees inside the same way that the heater is. But then if you want to come in, and the fan is variable, so if you want to turn it up and run this as the heat instead of propane, you can do that.
Okay, so that would be benefit. Yeah, I was thinking more for somebody that there's some people that would like to maybe just keep their RV, not have to winterize it.
Yeah.
And so they could just leave one inside, put one in a compartment, maybe even skirt. You know, they got those blow up now skirts that people can get. You know, so they've got different ways of keeping things from freezing.
I know that, like, in the boating environment, and again, we're crossing over here, in the boating environment, you know, some guys will run 2 and 3 heaters on their boat, depending on how big it is. And, you know, all the water pipes run underneath the cabinets, and same thing with, you have a bathroom in there that has a bunch of water pipes and water in it. So some of these guys will install an Xtreme Heaters right in their bathroom. Some of them will open the cabinets up and put one underneath the sink and stuff just to keep those water pipes. And again, we're circulating the air. So yeah, it's going to keep most of all of the boat at that temperature, but they're specifically putting it under there where the water pipes are.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, so I think, you know, again, just trying to give them ideas, or at least get things from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Now,
the skirting, now we have a lady that helped us do a test on the skirting because we didn't know, right? We're learning here at the RV market as fast as we can learn it because the customers are dragging us again. And she was, I can't remember where she was. She was way up north, and it was down to 5 degrees, and she had a 34-foot pull behind, and she did the same thing. She skirted it, and she put one 800-watt heater underneath of it, and it kept it in about the 42-degree range the entire winter, even when it was down to 3 and 5 degrees. So
wow,
that even impressed me. And I mean, it's my heater. I know what it's capable of, but that's a big environment for this small of a heater to do. And I think a lot of that is because of the circulation that we do. We are able to move the air up there. And if it's skirted properly where you're not getting a lot of cold air blowing in, then we're kind of trapping that heat between the RV and the ground. So the heat will build up over time. So
perfect.
I was really impressed with what it did.
So, Steve, if somebody was interested in getting these heaters, how would they go about doing that?
Well, I assume you're going to give them a link down here in the description, but yeah, xtremeheaters.com. And if you guys will use his link, then we can see how he's driving traffic to us a little bit. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty much everywhere. We'd love to see you get them off our website. We ship them direct, and we're going to give you guys that are loyal followers a discount code, and we'll pop that up, and we'd love to have you. And
sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and make that discount code the Air Force Guy.
Okay.
And what type of discount? And you normally don't give discounts, do you?
We normally don't give discounts, but for your loyal followers, what we're going to do is we're going to give them a 5% discount code called the Air Force Guy.
Okay. And then, folks, this discount is going to go away January 31st, 2025. So if you want one, you've got to take advantage of this discount because, like I say, they don't give these discounts to just anybody.
There's another surprise to go with that now.
What's that?
There's another surprise to go along with that discount code.
Okay.
That surprise is we just now launched our new 5-year warranty program. So anybody who buys from this point forward will actually get a 5-year warranty on their heater.
Perfect. All right. So from this is today, November 18th. And it's going to be ending January 31st, 2025. So, folks, take advantage of that while you can. This is a great product, and I'm sure you're going to love it, and you're going to see that it actually works for you. Sure. Believe me, I think you're also doing some, I guess, co-marketing or co-branding with these under RV skirtings as well.
Yeah, we have actually, like I said, we've been drug into this. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I hate that word drug, but we've been pulled into this market very heavily, which we love and appreciate. And some of the guys who actually make the skirting have started to contact us to want to be able to use our heaters as a package deal with their skirts. So if we can get these deals figured out, you guys will be seeing them when you go buy your skirt, you'll be able to add an heater to that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Listen, Steve, I know you're busy. You've got more than one business that you're trying to handle here. I know it's been a while. It took us a little bit to get this interview done, right? So, but I do appreciate it. And folks, like I say, check them out. I'll have the link down below. And matter of fact, this is their website. So I'll have that down below along with the discount code. And Steve, thanks again.
Well, thank you for having me. And if we're here to help, if there's anything we can do, just let us know, please.
Hey, is there anything else that I failed to ask that maybe you want to tell them before we hang up here?
No, I'd love to have them. And if you guys have any special uses that we need to know about, we pretty much answer the phone pretty regularly. If not, leave us a message. We'll call you back. You can always email us at info@xtremeheaters.com, and we answer that. We answer our online chats with the website. We're interested in knowing what you guys are doing with these and the special uses you're finding for them. That helps us as a company understand the market better. So yeah, we would love to hear from you.
Appreciate it. Again, thanks again, folks. Listen, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Like, comment, and share this out. There are a ton of people that I'm sure would be eager to hear about this solution for winter camping. So thanks again, Steve.
Thank you so much.